Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I want to talk about the concept of building a moat around your products. How do you avoid products price tanking, or if they do price tank, how do you still make money even if it's happened? And another term for this is manufacturing a margin as well. So I think that's what I'll title the video, manufacturing margins. But yeah, it's all essentially the same concept. And people ask me, how do you make money on FBA? And beyond the obvious, finding good products. But they also ask things like, how do you avoid price tanking? Now, there's nothing you can really do about price tanking. That's something that's totally out of your control. For the most part, you can try and find those products that are not very popular, and that's one way to avoid price tanking. But generally, there's not much you can really do about price tanking. So the other way you can sort of still make money with price tanking is doing what's called essentially building a moat around your product, and that's essentially finding ways to get your product cheaper or manufacturing margins for your products so that when other people are selling for a loss or break even, you're still making money. And I wanted to talk about, I've made a little note here, 6 ways you can essentially build a moat or manufacture a margin around your products. So before we get into that, I just want to plug my website, which is amazseller.com. It's a fantastic site that lets you track all your purchases, all your FBA purchases, and make sure that you keep track of everything that you buy so nothing ever gets lost, and you know exactly what you've ordered. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first one is, I guess, the most obvious one, and that is if you found a product on Amazon you want to sell, make sure you find it, cheap in the first place, and find it from the cheapest store. And sometimes this involves, diving deep into Google, not just the first page or the second page, but going further. And the more obscure the website where you source it from, the better it is for you, and the less likely, I should say, it is that your competitors will find that. So, and I've ordered these, by the way, and I guess from the importance. The first one I'm mentioning now is the most important, then the least important, or the least impactful, I should say. So yeah, the first one is find it cheap in the first place. The second one is use discount codes, and pretty much everything I buy generally has a discount code, and ideally this is a discount code that is hard to find, that no one else has, or is one that is very limited for a short time, so that when you buy your item, if someone then wants to buy the same item 2 or 3 days down in the future, they can't get it for the same price because you've used a not a unique voucher code, but a special promotional voucher code for that very short period. And basically, yeah, just using discount codes. This is a very important thing. Basically, it's very rare that I buy a product without a discount code, just because it's for the most part, discount codes are ways to build a margin into your products that you're selling. So yeah, that's the second one. And I hope you guys are enjoying the sort of lighting here. I've went for a different look, more mysterious look. Leave your comments down below if you like it or don't like it. Now, the third one is Cashback. Using a site like Top Cashback or Quidco or Rakuten, or there's various other ones. And basically what this is you just getting rewarded cashback from the retailer for buying the products. And this is essentially an affiliate income. Except cashback is the affiliate income coming back to you basically rather than a third party. And this oftentimes can range from 1% all the way up to sort of 10, 15. Sometimes you'll see 20% cashback. But on average, I'd say probably cashback here is, on average about 5%. So if you spend £100, you're expecting to get roughly £5 back, $5 back. 5% basically on what you purchase. So you can see how that kind of adds up very quickly and can help you, again, like manufacture your margin. Now, I personally don't tend to buy products with the hope that the cashback is my profit. Now, that is a method that people do use, where they essentially sell it for break even and then make the money on the cashback. It's a little bit risky, that method, but it can be done if you know what you're doing. I personally use this as an extra bonus, basically. It's like the icing on the cake, the cashback that I get. And I make a significant amount of money every month just from cashback. And this, for me, is just the icing on the cake. But it also helps out for the inevitable time that you buy bad products. It's going to happen. You can do all the research you want. You can look at the keeper graph and you can think, yeah, this is a great product. It's not going to brick. I've sourced it from a really obscure place, and then, before you know it, in a week's time, there's 40 other sellers on there and the price has dropped, and you're selling it for either a small loss or you're breaking even. Having the cashback there is certainly going to help you. It's going to help cover that margin. So if you're taking a slight loss, it might bring it to break even, or if you're selling it for break even, it might actually give you a slight profit. So that's another way to essentially manufacture a margin. The third way, and actually potentially you could argue this might be more important than cashback actually, and actually I think it is, now I look at it, and that is gift cards. Oftentimes, and you can't do this for every website, but oftentimes you can buy gift cards for a certain website at a discount. So you might be able to buy £100, $100 gift card for a certain website for £90, £90, with a 10% discount already built in. And there are certain sites like Top Cashback where you can buy gift cards directly on their website, and every single retailer that's on there that they offer gift cards for has a different percentage discount. So again, you're already you can see how now, with 4 ways in, we're really kind of manufacturing this margin basically on our products. And again, I tend to use this as just icing on the cake. I never really use it to sort of essentially manufacture the margin. I know that's the whole point of this video, but I use it as extra profit on top, basically. But it's always nice to have the sort of cashback, using the gift card discount, etc., to cover you when these prices brick and everyone else is selling it for break even or a loss, and you're actually still making money. Gift cards can be a great one, basically. I'd recommend only sticking to legitimate sites. There are other sites out there where you can buy them from other third parties. It's a bit dodgy, sort of money laundering and credit card fraud. So I'd only buy it from legitimate places where you can get a discount. Top Cashback's a great one. So the fifth one, I believe, I want to talk about, and again, and the reason that, this is the fifth one. So this is a fairly marginal one, but again, it really does add up, and that is credit card points. Now, the credit card I use is the Amex Business Gold, and I essentially get 1 point per £1 spent. And depending on how you spend those points, they can be worth anywhere from 0.4 pence per point to up to, I think, 2 pence per point. So if you're spending $20,000, $30,000 a month, you're going to get 20,000, 30,000 points, and then you can multiply that by that figure, and it comes into sort of roughly maybe between sort of 150 to 300, actually up to 600 potentially, sort of dollars, pounds, depending on how you redeem the points. Generally, if you spend them on flights and for air miles, you get more bang for your buck, and if you directly convert those points directly into cash, you get less bang for your buck. So this is just and again, for me, icing on the cake. I don't use it personally to manufacture the margin, but it's just extra icing on the cake. And these are all things you can think about when you're looking at products, basically. So if you're going for a very expensive product, you can think maybe I'm making 1% extra on this just from the credit card. And then when you add everything else in, 10% discount maybe on gift card, maybe you're getting 10% on cashback, you're getting 1% on credit card, you found a really good discount code that's maybe 2% better than everyone else. You can see how suddenly all these things suddenly add up. And the final one, then this is one again, this is pretty thin, to be honest, but every now and then you'll get a free item from an order. It might be, this happens a lot on health and beauty sites. They tend to give you free samples, and most of the time they're just not worth anything. You can just give them away, or I suppose you could eBay them as well. But every now and then you do get a really good freebie that is actually worth money. I think the most valuable freebie I've had is a £30 sort of hairspray type thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get this, and it's going to give me some extra profit. Unfortunately, it leaked in the parcel on the way here, and they wouldn't actually give me any money for it because it was a freebie. But I knew that item was worth like £30 on Amazon. So anyway, so hopefully you found that useful anyway, and just it's good to, and maybe there's things I don't even know about, by the way. There might be other methods to essentially help you manufacture margins into your products. But those are probably the 6, I guess, most common ones. So we've got just find it cheap in the first place, discount codes, cashback, gift cards, credit card points, and free items. I can't count on my fingers, so ignore that. But yeah, basically. But this is all, and just to make it clear as well, this is all on top of you doing the research, looking at the keeper chart, and buying solid products in the first place. And then this just is any extra stuff on top. And what I like to think of it is almost like a buffer against tanking, price tanking, basically. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you've got any questions, please feel free to comment below. And if you could also like and subscribe the video, that would really help me as well. I'm trying to grow this channel, trying to help people get into FBA. And yeah, awesome. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.